You had to say it. You had to say it. You jinxed it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Exceed Launch Day live stream. It's me, your host, Marco DeSantos, also known as Mechanic Critic, and with me is no one, because it's just me today. Brad, Todd, and the rest of the office are all off and away at BGG Con, I think? They're at some con, okay? And so you have me, but that's okay. You and I, we're gonna have some fun. Yeah, X of the Titans, you said that it was down. It was up just like 5 seconds ago, and now it's down again, so boop, 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 boop. I am disappointed and sad. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined, as the kids would say. Nope, it's back! Alright, great. You know, it's truly a roller coaster of emotions, as the kids would say. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Exceed Launch Day stream. This is not gonna be the exact launch of the project, because I will end the stream around an hour or so before the project goes live. If we look at this scene and I turn this window capture on, you'll see that the project will go live in about 2-ish hours. So that's cool. If you guys can entertain me and I can entertain you all for around 2 hours, that's great. We can do it together. But if in 30 minutes or an hour I die or get too tired, then I'll end the stream and you guys can go on there. That's all good. That's all fine. I'm gonna go inform people on the game found that we should be up and about here. It says log into... Oh, because I'm not on my account on this thing. Okay. That means I need to go onto game found on my actual account. Different browser. Oh man, we're doing it live. So how is everybody? Y'all having fun today? We'll report you to the boss if you don't give out prizes. This is blackmail now. I have all the face swaps needed. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about deep faking me into saying that we've committed to prizes. Alright. Boom. I've already posted it in the project comments. Oh man. Okay, great. Hello, everybody. Hello. We're counting down to the launch of Exceed 7th Cross. Exceed 7th Cross waiting room. I'm so excited. Are you excited? Because I'm excited. If I seem like I'm nearly dying, it's because it's 11 p.m. my time. But that's okay. We're gonna get through this. Mr. Beast. All right. If you guys can hear me, that's good. Doing well. All right. I'm glad y'all are doing well. I'm doing perfectly fine. So we have around 2 hours to kill before the project begins. I'm so glad that you all are here. Thank you all so much for taking the time to chill, to relax, you know, to talk about some Exceed. Usually, I would be here talking with Brad, but deep within my soul and my heart, we're okay. We're cool. We're gonna survive. So I'll go into this screen for now and, you know, show off some of the cards that will be available in this project. You see some really cool cards for Exceed 7th Cross. For people who don't know, Exceed 7th Cross is our upcoming reprint of an old season of Exceed, but a well-beloved season of Exceed. Exceed is a fighting card game where you and your friends can feel the thrill, the enjoyment, the danger of a fighting game on your tabletop. 7th Cross is the setting, original IP that we have for this season of Exceed, where you live in a world filled with magic and monsters. Magic that is so powerful, it can corrupt you and turn you into a monster. This season of Exceed focuses on transformations. Special effects that you can permanently upgrade your character if you go through the hoops to get them online. This means that a lot of Exceed characters in 7th Cross have really varied game plans that involve having to find specific transforms, get them online, then use those new effects to carry their game plan so that they can possibly exceed in the late game. One unique thing about their Exceed modes is that Exceed modes in Exceed's 7th Cross are very different from your casual Exceed modes or your usual Exceed modes in other seasons. Most of the time, your Exceed mode is just your front side, but with bigger numbers or a better ability. 99% of the time in Exceed 7th Cross, when you Exceed, you lose access to the ability you had on the front, and you have an entirely different ability on your Exceed side. So yes, it literally transforms your game plan and you turn into an entirely separate, different character. This is very awesome, very powerful, very useful to adapt to your game plans or form a long-term game plan where you use your front side to carry you through the early game and then end the game using your Exceed mode side. On the right side of the screen, you will see some of the characters. We have Jeanette. This is a card from Jeanette called Carmine Offering. Very cool art. The art in this set of Exceed was made by Wicked Alucard. Really awesome art. I love, like, the anime aesthetic mixed in with that, you know, with that gothic horror stuff, right? A lot of the characters are half monster, half, half like paladin, some characters can summon trains, airplanes, some characters have lightning powers, some people can control blood, and etc, etc, etc. So many different things that you'll see here on this right side of the screen. Alright, so for the rest of this stream, here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna be talking about some of the things that are in this season. I'm gonna look at the GameFound project, show you what you can possibly see in this season, as well as answering questions from the audience. That's you, audience, right there. I'm gonna answer questions from you, and we'll see where we go. And if we end up getting to 2 hours, we'll launch the project, and we'll be happy, we'll be fine, we'll be feeling sublime. Alright. Hi, I love BattleCon. At first glance, I see similarities with that game. How is Exceed compared to BattleCon? Exceed and BattleCon look very similar to one another. They use a lot of common stat lines like range, power, and speed, or priority if you're a BattleCon player. But Exceed has a lot of different things about it. So in BattleCon, you attack and you attack and you attack every single turn, so you're always in danger. Exceed doesn't have that. You can not attack during your turn and spend it moving around or drawing more cards. The big thing about Exceed that isn't in BattleCon is that Exceed has a deck of cards. So there's no perfect information like there is in BattleCon, but there's a lot more hand management, card counting, so it makes it feel a little bit more like a card game than a board game. So, whenever I tell people the difference between BattleCon and Exceed is, BattleCon is a board game that uses cards. Exceed is a card game that happens to have a board. There you go. If you want your games to be faster, snappier, and less thinky, Exceed is the game for you. Usually a game of Exceed will play in like 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your characters. Any chance we'll see reprints of other sets? That really depends on how well this set does. So for people who don't know, a lot of the other sets of Exceed are IPs. Intellectual property that we do not own. Season 3 of Exceed is Street Fighter. Season 4 of Exceed is Shovel Knight. Season 5 is BlazBlue. Season 6 is Uni, which is Under Night in Birth. And then Season 7 is Guilty Gear, though we don't really call that Exceed, we just call it Guilty Gear, the board game. That means that reprinting these can be difficult sometimes, because, we don't own those IPs, so we need to either renew them, etc, etc. So people are asking, is it possible to get reprints? For a reprint like that to happen, it would mean having to redesign the art for almost all the characters in that season. So, it really depends on how much interest we have in that, because that's a lot of money to put into art. So we shall see. Hey, no problem. Yeah, I love answering questions. I love talking about our games. I love talking about Exceed. I love talking about BattleCon. All of this stuff. It's all good to me. I like Cabstand. I also like, okay, I hate Fatal Eye, though. Fatal Eye can... Stupid attack. The Gaki is the Exceed mode. Oh, Fatal Eye again, he's back! Oh my god. This attack. Inquisition, very cool attack. Look at that. He's like forcing Holy Light briefcase. This is Renea's Exceed mode thing. That's cool. Golden Arrow. You know, honestly, I don't know the full lore of why Joffrey has, like, all this holy magic. I know he's part of the church, right? Because that's actually where the name Seventh Cross comes from, is because the church, in the lore of Seventh Cross, the church has multiple sects or divisions. Each division is called a cross. And the seventh cross of the church is the monster hunting division. It's the division that goes out and hunts the people who have turned into monsters because they've abused magic. The irony of which is that all the characters here clearly have abused enough magic to be able to transform into monsters. So, you know. I'd much rather support level 99 than buy from a third-party setter, so I hope it can be a possibility. You support this by just buying the games however you can get them. And just playing and talking about it. I'll be real with you. Like, that's ultimately the thing. Right? Like, get the games into your hands, get the games onto your tables, play the game, talk to people about how much you like the game, and then post about it online if you want. Because honestly, that's really the main point, right? Like, if supporting us is what you want, I firmly believe that getting the game in the way that's best for you is the best way to support us. Any news on future seasons? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? If those other losers didn't want to get hunted, they should have controlled their monster morphing powers better. They probably shouldn't have abused magic to the point that it corrupted their very being and mutated them. You know, the two characters I'm looking forward to are the Echo characters. So, mentioning Echo characters are our way of talking about characters whose mechanics have already been released, but we've changed the art because we no longer own the license to those characters so that we can reprint them. This project has two new Echo fighters called Marin and Theodora. Really cool characters. We will not be revealing them just yet. You'll have to wait and see. But they're going to be really cool, really awesome. I love the art on them. Again, they're also made by Wicked Alucard, but more modern Wicked Alucard. So you can see a little bit of how Wicked Alucard's art style has transformed. I think the new art is really awesome, too. So there you go. Zolt over here winning games like it's his literal job. I think it is his literal job. What do I know about Zolt? Zolt's lore, I think, is that he's a serial killer. Who basically was like, they were like, okay, we're gonna put you to the death penalty, or you start monster hunting. And he's like, I have no choice. Just gotta start monster hunting. I believe, and that's why Zolt Exceed mode is the Hunter of Man, right? Because I always really like that about Zolt Succeed mode, by the way, because it's kind of like a commentary, right? Like, because most of the other characters, when they transform, when they exceed, they transform into some, like, grotesque monster. But Zolt just stays as a guy. And I like that as, like, a sort of commentary of, like, the real monster is man, right? Like, humans are monsters in and of themselves, kind of dealio. Especially because he's, like, a guy who kills people. How is the power level between sets? Would it be fair matchup if the characters from Season 2 fought against characters from Season 5? This is something that everybody always asks me. And I'm gonna go out of my way to, like, tell you right now, that doesn't matter. Alright? Season 2 character can beat a Season 4 character. A Season 5 character can beat a Season 4, can beat a Season 2. A Season 6 character can beat a Season 6, Season 7, Season... freaking 3, whatever. Like, the specific character matchup is way more important than what sets they come from, right? So, here's my point, right? It doesn't matter whether or not your zoner, like your projectile spammy character, is from Season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. All of them are gonna be annoying to fight against if you're playing a grappler. That, what season they're part of doesn't change that. They're gonna be annoying. They're gonna spam projectiles at you. It doesn't matter that one of their boosts says power +1 instead of power +2. It's not gonna make a difference. Alright, like, come on. Spooktacular Exceed. What kind of pog? I gotta admit, like, can you imagine when they flip, they turn into the different art on the other side? Would the Echoes be sold in a separate box with the Plant Guy and the Banshee? Did you... That not in the project? It's not in the project. Don't worry about it. But yes, effectively. Any teases on what's coming next? We've seen Bullet, Spooktacular, Campania, Dealer's Tarot, Pixel Tactics. What else could be getting some more love or become a new IP? Well, there's a lot. If you keep up with us on our Discord, and, you know, if you keep up with us on our Discord and you listen to our announcements, we have at least like 2 other games in the pipeline that are publicly available right now and that you can play. We have our Dark Souls of chess called Forgotten Kings, and we have our take on the tactical real space MOBA skirmish game called Wardens. So if you are interested in what's coming up next for Level 99 Games, there you go. If we wanted more 7th Cross lore, where would we go? No idea. That's kind of like the thing, right? Like, a lot of the... I know a lot about the lore, but that's all internal and, like, you know, whatever. There's no, like, publicly available lore Bible for 7th Cross yet, but Brad would definitely want to put something out like that. I believe that the world of 7th Cross is like... I think 7th Cross existed as a setting around the same time that Indies did. So Indies is the setting that all of our other games are set in, like BattleCon, Pixel Tactics. All of them are set in a world called Indies, and I believe Brad created Indies and the world of 7th Cross kind of like parallel to each other. So 7th Cross is way older than you'd think it is. Any news about the school tabletop RPG? If you're referring to Adventures at Argent, Mundane Life in a Magical University tabletop role-playing game, we're working on it. That's all. We're working on it. I'm really excited for that. Oh, and you know, what other things did we do here? I think there's Airy. Yeah. We talked about Airy. So yeah, Brad also does developer live streams. So sometimes when he's developing a game, he just gives everybody a preview of what it is years in advance. And he previewed a game called Airy as well on the Discord. So if you want to see what's up for Level 99 Games and get like a bunch of cool like insights to it and all of the future stuff, and maybe just talk with us, go onto our Discord. All the news is there. Speaking of events and Discords, if you are in this chat right now, remember that we are on XP Network, which is a cool website where you can participate in events, earn achievements, and earning achievements gets you XP, which you can use to buy special items from our XP Network store. I believe we will have some promos and some board games up there. So if you are here, sign up for XP Network and get your free XP at the end of this event. Yeah. Stoked for Airy. Airy is awesome. For people who don't know, Airy is our cozy cozy alchemist shopkeeper simulator game. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. All right, so let's look a little bit more at why did this trend. Okay, why did it go to Persona? No, we cannot be listening to Persona. All right, just yeah. Okay, it should loop the playlist, not the video. It just put it onto the Persona soundtrack all of a sudden. That's weird. All right. So let's move over here to this other scene where we can look a little bit at the GameFound project. So we still have around an hour and 30 minutes. Server action has failed. Not gonna look at that. Gonna ignore that. I assume Cloudflare has failed again. There you go. This is Exceed 7th Cross. There's Zolt. There's Lucia. And here are your boxes. In each box, so the set is separated into 5 different boxes. Let me just double. Yep. So you have the box with Lucia, the box with Joffrey, the box with Zolt, the box with Eugenia, and the box with Imogene. And then each of those boxes has 4 characters in them, present in these tiny tuck boxes over here. And then this you can see is what a board state of Exceed looks like. You see characters are set up there. And over here, you'll see some really cool stuff. There's the playmat in the back, but you'll also see these character standees. These character standees are new to this project. They essentially give you a way to represent your characters on the board and have them move around and make it look even more like a fighting game. Also, the art on these standees is new and never seen before. We had Wicked Alucard draw them from this sideways point of view so that you could, have them look like an actual fighting game. That's really awesome. So you'll see that this Joffrey over here does not look like the Joffrey on the box here. But it's different art, it's new art. I'm really excited for some of these. My favorite one right now is definitely Joffrey's, because, look at this horse stance of a man. So, the best-selling fighting card game of all time. Sure, I actually have no idea about the statistics, but if the project says so, I believe it. And so we have Minato over here, probably one of my favorite characters from 7th Cross. The reprint of Season 2. Alright. Channel your bloodthirst into fearsome strikes. We have Cross Up here. Play special attacks unique to your character. Evil Eye. Unleash your strength with boosts. Deal damage for the win. I do like this art of Eugenia just blasting with the Hadoken. Alright, 20 characters, and here's the full cast of Exceed 7th Cross. Let's go standees. Standees are awesome. Oh, I'm covering up some of them. Is that better? I'm covering up Zolt, whatever. He doesn't deserve to be seen. Alright, here are your characters. Choose your fighter. I do like this. I like the way they represented it as well. And over here is Theodora. Where's Marin? And over here is Marin. Combine the set with tons of other Exceed fighting system games. All characters are cross-compatible. The gamers have spoken! The best fighting game on the market. My favorite game. The best arcade-style fighting game. One of my favorite games with exactly the right mix of hand management, a little bit of luck, of the draw, planning, and mind games packed into a super elegant, clean design. Oh, this art of Umina is really cool, too. November 18th, that's the day! And we have some how to plays, and follow us on socials. Alright. So, we'll be live very soon. I'm excited. The power of books will blast your opponent away. If one character had to protect you from all the others hunting you, who do you pick and why? That's a really important question. That's tough. Like, one of these characters has to protect you, all the others will fight you. Probably Theodora? Theodora can see the future. So I think that alone... makes it a Theodora. Because, like, a lot of the other characters have, like, definitely have, like, big firepower. But the point is that I think if they use their powers, I would also just die? Like if Minato summoned, like, a Boeing 747 and then crashed it onto somebody, I think I would die. Like, even if he didn't mean to hit me. There's a digital format for Exceed now? No. There is Tabletop Simulator, if that's what you mean. You choose the Fox? Seijun's a pretty good answer as well. Yeah, so Seijun's this Fox person. Okay, let me see if I can change this window. Nope, that's me. Let's see, this one. Alright. You look at Seijun over here. Yeah, so Seijun... Yeah. Jubi no Kitsune. This world is mine to reshape as I please. I mean, she literally gets bigger than the Earth. Again! Issue. I think I would die. Like, if she was protecting me, I would die. So, like, kind of defeats the purpose of it, no? Due to my love of the Blade of the Immortal, I'll take Taisei. Taisei's fun. So what is this for? This is... We're relaunching a reprint of Exceed. So, if you've been looking for Exceed 7th Cross, haven't been able to find it, but you've wanted it, now's your chance. Or, if you were, you know, if you just want more copies of it, but you already have it, I don't know why. Maybe you just want to have 7 copies of 7th Cross, so that you can make a cross with them. You can do it here. Yeah, none of them can stop all of them. Now, here's my point. This is why Theodora is my answer. Theodora can see the future. So she can just, like, hide me before it even becomes a problem. Hello, Soy Milk. Congrats on 7th Cross reprint launch. Hope my favorite season goes well. Well, it's not launched yet. We have, let's see how long. We have an hour and 30 minutes left. I do like that we can just put the video here. Can we have it loop? Hey, we can have it loop! Alright, there you go. Oh, so cool. I think Todd and the team did really good with this video. Pretty awesome. I think there was originally a rotation of what was considered tournament legal based off when the seasons are released. Does this release change any of that, or is the rotation idea antiquated? Rotation only matters if there's actively, like, competitive tournaments that we host, which we currently aren't doing. So that doesn't matter. And no, like, yeah. That's your answer there. Hey, Shane! It's Shane from XP Network. Cool guy. Is it just me or did this freeze? Nope, it's still going. But on stream, it just looks like it froze. There you go. Okay, so if I tab out of it, it stops playing the video. That's interesting. Well, good to know. Alright. Well, there's an easy fix to that. Is Remelis a playable fighter? I have a friend who loved playing them in UFS and became a fan of the character. I'm late to the stream. Well, you know, that's an easy answer there, Shane. There you go. It's Remelis. I'm not sure if UFS used all the arts that she has, but here you go. Here's some cool arts of Remelis. She has some of my favorite arts. My favorite color is yellow. So the fact that she's like very yellow coded is awesome because I love how yellow her arts are. Here you go. Huh. Okay, my logos are blocking some stuff. Let's see. There you go. That should be good enough. Yeah. Remelis is awesome. Hey, if you're running a local tourney, ban whoever you want. It's your tournament. Is this a simple reprint or any changes will be made? It's a simple reprint. Yeah, you recognize some of them? Great. I don't know if they used all of them in UFS. But there you go. Okay, let's bring it back to this window. Alright, I'm gonna go chill and relax for a bit. I'll wait for some more questions from all of you. While waiting, I'm gonna go plug it again. This is Exceed 7th Cross, a fighting card game set in a magical land where abusing magic turns you into an evil monster and then people have to, like, slay you. You are members of the 7th Cross, which is a branch of the church that hunts those monsters. You can play as a guy in a car. Or, a guy who cuts his head off. In this game, you play as hunters of the church, different characters who all transform into monstrous beings after having abused magic. This is a fighting game. So if you like fighting game, if you like gothic horror settings, if you like Darkstalkers and stuff like that, this is your game. You know, it's highly competitive, highly awesome. This is a really cool art, by the way. The Spelling Horn. You can just see, like, Selenka summoning the Gaki. I recognize those art pieces, yes. Who's the grappler? Any big bodies in this set? Big bodies? No. Big spirits? Yes. My favorite grappler in the game. Let's go and see. So this character is your de facto grappler in Exceed 7th Cross. His name is Galdred. Fun fact, did you know that Galdred is his last name? It's not his first name. So you might be asking me, Marco, why is this character a grappler? Like, what makes him a grappler more than any other character? Well, as you can see, a lot of his moves are pure melee. He has one projectile attack and explosive cocktail, but that's not going to carry his game plan. In fact, it's a projectile attack that brings him closer to people, which makes it significantly less safe than the average projectile. Usually when you shoot a projectile, you want to stay far away. Now for Galdred, Galdred has to play on the offense because his ability forces him to discard down to 3 cards every turn. So you can't build up a hand while you're playing Galdred's front side. The reason he's a grappler is because of this. His Exceed mode is an actual attack. Okay, his Exceed mode is an attack that you can play and you don't care about your hand. So you can spam this one attack over and over and over again. But this attack is like basically pure melee. So you're gonna have to walk your way into your opponent and then get them into the Galdred blender and like completely destroy them. Galdred's really fun to play. He's my favorite Exceed 7th Cross character to play. So Minato is my favorite like design, like in terms of like aesthetic, because he like summons cars and he's cool. But my favorite character to play is Galdred. This guy, my guy. Yeah. Slow defensive fighters. I mean, there's a lot of slow defensive fighters in this set. Emogene plays like a very slow defensive fighter. He has a lot of slow attacks that counter-attack the opponent. Oh yeah, she's there. But I wouldn't really count her as a grappler. Her ranges are pretty good. The same applies to Joffrey, by the way. Joffrey is also like a slow counter-attacker, but his ranges are amazing. Like, he basically can hit anywhere on the board if he wants. Uh-oh, I need to fix that. I'll fix that some other time. But yes, as the project goes on, we will make this tabletop simulator module available for everybody to use so that you can play the characters and try the game out for yourself. So yeah, he has some really cool like counter-attacking attacks like Inviolable Judgment. I also really like Solemn Exorcism. But yeah, you can see that his ranges are pretty good. He has like 2 projectile attacks. This attack technically is like a dash-in. So he has more range than he looks. Galdred, my goat. Truly the best guy. Lore reveal, by the way. So yeah, I said Galdred's his last name. His first name is Herman. There you go. His name is Herman. I love it. Alright, let's move on to the window capture again. Oh, and of course, this is actually actionable right now. You can follow the project right now before it launches to get your free gift, which will be a 99 Heroes Showcase set, which has some really cool art that you probably have not seen before. Art of characters in the 7th Cross universe just chilling. Like, not monster hunting, and instead just, like, relaxing and having a good time. So, 99 Heroes is a cool lane battler. These cards are big. Buy my 99 Heroes set here. Far. Okay, but yeah, long story short, it's a big card, like 5 by 7 inches, something like that. And it'll display art of the characters. So it's like cool art posters that also happen to be a game. So, make sure to follow the project as you are watching this to be able to get that free gift. You know, I personally like relaxing. I like chill maxing. As the kids would say. So, while I'm here, while we're waiting, it seems like chat is slowing down a bit. So why don't you tell me who you are excited to play as in Exceed 7th Cross? And while we're doing that, I'll say that I'll probably end the stream, you know, in like 15-20 minutes. So you, my dear audience, have 15 to 20 minutes to ask me any questions. Feel free to ask me any questions. No question too high, no question too low. I will answer you to and fro. I'm just making stuff up here, man. Honestly, I don't know. Favorite things about Exceed are the Assault Normal, the Boost. Guess which boost? Guess which boost? That's right, it's Fierce. I love the Fierce boost on grass. You know, I used to really like Lucia's gameplay. And she was the character I really wanted to play because I just love her design. Again, I'm biased. I love the color yellow. But in the end, Galdred ended up being my main. And that's just how it goes, you know. Sometimes you start playing a character for how cool they look. And then at some point, you discover a weirdo like Galdred and decide to just play him instead. What made 7th Cross perfect for a reprint? Honestly, it's because everybody wanted it. You know, a bunch of fans said that they've been looking for 7th Cross. They wanted to get copies of it. It was hard to find, which makes sense. It's like the second oldest season of Exceed. So it made it a good chance to listen to what the fans wanted and give them what they wanted. They said they wanted a reprint. Now they have a reprint. Now, hopefully, everybody who said that will buy it. Minus the Echo characters, I would love to play the Fox Lady. What's her playstyle? I only own BlazBlue. Let's talk a little bit about Seijun. Boom. Go back here and we can look a little bit into Seijun. So Seijun's big thing is that she has a... Where is Seijun? There she is. She has increased hand size. So Seijun's all about hand management, literally. She wants to have a lot of cards in her hand because a lot of her cards actually scale off the number of cards in your hand. For example, Tale of 7 Trials is a slow attack that X's the number of cards in your hand up to a maximum of 15. Which is crazy because her maximum hand size on front side is 9. So to get the full benefit of Tale of 7 Trials, you would have to go into Kyuubi no Kitsune and exceed... So your maximum hand size is unlimited! And basically, it lets you play the game like a normal CCG. Not only do you draw at the start of your turn, you still draw at the end of your turn. So you'll basically always have cards in hand. Really powerful ability. Of course, she pays for it by being slow as heck. Not just in terms of how slow her attacks are, as you can see. Not a lot of fast attacks, except for Ink Splash, which can have up to 7 speed, really fast for a range 1 to 3 attack. But yeah, she pays for it in tempo as well. She doesn't really have a lot of reason to aggress on the opponent. And, I don't know if you noticed this, but all of her specials have transformations on them. Which means that there's not a lot of waiting moves Seijun can do. Seijun can't just like, you know, power up pass a lot, because basically half her deck doesn't let her do that. So even if she would want to just pass turn a lot and accrue power, she is limited by her literal hand size for it. But that's okay. She gets guard for every 2 cards in her hand. So once you have like 9 cards in your hand, you can have like 4 guard on every attack. Which basically means that you're unstunnable 99% of the time. So that's cool. Oh, you like Jin? Yeah, Jin draws a lot of cards, so it makes sense. Yeah, I would say that Jin has a more balanced playstyle, and Jin can actually attack people, because Jin has a lot of powerful movement boosts and stuff like that. Seijun doesn't have any of that. She forgoes balance and is all about drawing as much cards as possible. So she's really strong, really cool. But yeah, once you get your transforms up, you can start spending those extra cards on these effects, right? So for example, here you can spend 2 force to give yourself range. When you set an EX attack, you may spend up to 2 force to give yourself power. So yeah, really, really powerful. I think I really like this one. If you have fewer cards in hand than the opponent, +2 power, this basically just turns you into like a semi-truck. You hit like a semi-truck. Yeah, because Jin icing people is like represented as him making them discard cards. So yeah, that's Sejun. Really cool character. I really like her character design as well. Like, I just like the fact that she has like this paintbrush, which is her tail, but not her tail, right? Because she's like a fox and she has this like paintbrush that she uses, and she has all of these ink powers. Really cool character. Ah, yeah, Thunderbird. Lucia. Yeah, Lucia is called the Lightning Bug. That's her superhero name. Then when she flips, she turns into the Thunderbird. Really scary, really cool, really powerful. Alright, let's go back to window capture. Cool. So we still have around 10-15 minutes. Please, 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 bombard me with your question. Any characters that make the opponent discard a lot? Oh, thanks for asking. That's really simple. We shall transition out of here. Boop. And we shall look into... Where are you, Eugenia? There you go. Eugenia! So, yeah, Eugenia's entire gimmick is whenever she makes you discard a card, she can also discard a card with a matching speed to deal damage to you. So she's one of the few characters, actually, who can deal damage outside of attacking people. So you'll see that a lot of her cards force people to discard cards. Bring them out here. So you'll see that in Absinthe Arrow, discard 2 cards at random. Queen of Hearts just makes them discard their entire hand. Cat's Cradle makes them draw then discard 2 cards at random. Color Spray makes them draw or discard cards until they have 2. The opponent reveals their hand and discards a card. You can Thoughtseize them with Shimmer of Madness. And the opponent chooses one. They either discard 2 cards at random, or the opponent reveals their hand and you can Thoughtseize them. I believe the only card she has that doesn't force discards is Plot Hook. So if that tells you anything about the character, truly a moment in time. Wonderland gets activated once she exceeds into the Cheshire Cat. And Wonderland basically lets you... So instead of pinging them for damage when you make them discard, you can now steal the cards that you make them discard and use it against them. So yeah, she can steal your... She's the steal character. She steals your heart, I guess. Literally here. Toasty. Toasty! Is 7th Cross your own IP? Yes, the world of 7th Cross is owned by Level 99 Games. I believe Brad wrote it long time ago. Is Thunderbird supposed to be a Kamen Rider? She's kinda in that like tokusatsu superhero vibe. She's kinda like a mix between like a Kamen Rider and like a American superhero. Lucia's American, so she probably based it off that. But of course, it's 7th Cross. It's kind of anime-y, so... Galdred, Renea, Tornilus, Iaquis, Cyrus, Jeanette, Taisei. Taisei looks really cool. I just noticed this right now. Oh, Is Taisei wearing an open midriff shirt? He is. Huh. Wearing a crop top. Like, I didn't notice because a lot of his art covers it. But he is wearing a crop top, huh? Alright, let's go back to answering some questions. Will all the boxes from the reprint have the same characters as the original printing? I have 2 boxes for the first printing and don't want to get characters I already have if possible. I believe they are the same. We can double check that. Yeah, I believe they're the same. Yeah, so it's Joffrey, Selinka. Yeah, Church versus Empire. Joffrey, Selinka, Jeanette, Taisei. Yeah, I believe it's the same. Yeah. Which character from 7th Cross do you dislike going against so that I can main them? Who do I dislike going against? Dislike is a strong word. It's not actually a lot of 7th Cross characters that I actively dislike playing against. So I guess it's probably Taisei, because the guy just won't die. So if we go back here, Taisei's ability is that he starts off with half health. But when he dies, he instead flips to his backside and then re-heals. And he has a bunch of cards that make it so that he can't die. So for example, stuff like this, right? Nightmare Tears. Your life cannot drop below 1 during this strike. So he can like turn immortal for a turn. There you go. Probably this guy. Really annoying. The purple lady and the alien one can also steal cards. How do they differ from the cat lady playstyle? Okay. Umina. Umina can only steal cards on her Exceed side. And I believe, yeah. Yeah, so she can only steal cards using a very specific card. Let me double check. No, not this one, not this one. Yeah, here you go. Dark Thoughts. I think Dark Thoughts is the only way she can get cards into Dreamlands, like, normally. On the front side. And otherwise, I don't think there's an easy way. Oh, and this one, this boost. Dark Reflections. Name a card, the opponent discards a copy of that card or reveals the hand and put any discarded cards into your Dreamland. So yeah, she's less about discarding the cards and more about putting her own cards into Dreamlands. So that sometimes she can put them into Dreamlands. Renea's is really easy. She can't actually attack with the stuff on there. She can just boost with them. So she's a boost-related character. So she can't actually attack with the cards that she steals. She just steals the boosts. On the other hand, Wonderland only lets you strike with the cards that you steal. Why have abs if you're not going to show them off? I mean, I guess. Like, maybe you just have abs because you're healthy? Okay, I guess he's not healthy. He's literally half dead. Tinker Knight core? Kind of Tinker Knight. Taisei's kind of like a proto Tinker Knight. So. Did the campaign get pushed back 24 hours? Did it? Huh! Why? I need to... Alright, I believe... So there, yeah. We just sent out an email because of the Cloudflare services being kind of wonky. We delayed the launch by 24 hours just now because, of course, Cloudflare just went on the fritz like, what, an hour ago? So we're just reacting to it. Yep, I believe there's an update available right now. Alright, so I guess, like, nothing ever goes right on the internet. Here I was! Trying to stall for, like, 2 hours to launch. I'm not gonna be able... Okay, look at me in the eye. Audience, look at me in the eye. Look at me in the eye. I will not be able to stream for, like, 26 hours straight until the launch happens. Okay? Between you and me, I would go crazy. Between you and me, I would start abusing magic and turn into a monster. Now that's a question. If you were in 7th Cross, what monster would you turn into? Obviously, mine would have to be Filipino related. Maybe I'd become a tikbalang, you know, like a horse guy. Or can be a manananggal. Yeah, I'll go with tikbalang, horse guy. Tikbalangs are basically like minotaurs, but horse instead of bull. Not with that attitude? No, no, please, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, don't do this to me. They used in her Exceed... Yeah, Remlis is actually the representation of the Yellow Death, which I believe is like a radiation. I think she's like a literal living radiation. And the suit, the person that you see is actually just a suit that Remlis wears. Real Remlis is the yellow smoke that comes out. Are the monsters tangentially related to your personality or magic use? I think they are. Like, a lot of the time, the monster you become is a representation of the power you were seeking, right? Because to give into the magics, you know, effectively means that you... Like, that's what corrupts you, right? That's what turns you into a monster. Like, you know, Minato's power is that he can summon vehicles. So he turns into the Oboro Garuma, which is a monster-based vehicle. Become Trese's dagger, Sinag. Alright. We're seeing some Filipinos in chat. Hello. I could be one of the twins. Can I just be one of the twins instead? You can do it, Marco. We believe. No. If you have any belief, it's very poorly placed. Will there be new solo characters besides the Echo characters? No. At least not announced. Quick question, has there been balance changes in this version of Exceed, or am I good with the one I already have? It is a reprint. It is a straight reprint. Alright. I wouldn't turn into a monster. I'm immune to corruption and built different. Like bro here in Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Haven't finished it yet. No spoilers. Yeah, absolutely. Nothing bad happens to that Edge Runners at all. You know what? Maybe that's true. Maybe you're incorruptible. Maybe your soul is pure and Sora from Kingdom Hearts has nothing on you. Who knows? I'm just funking out to the music. By the way, all of these tracks are tracks that we own, so don't worry about it. It's all from BattleCon Online. Just chilling. Any news on pricing? How many meals am I skipping to get every box? Don't worry about it. My favorite next season would be Bloody Roar. Bloody Roar. You know, 7th Cross is kind of like Bloody Roar already, right? Like, you literally turn into like an animal monster thing. Bro doesn't even have a Heartless. I don't know, man. I believe my nobody would be called Zokram. There you go. Alright, it's been an hour, everybody. So, as we're gonna wind down, what are your final questions for me about the project, about Exceed 7th Cross, about the game, about the characters, about the lore? or about the future of Level 99 games, about whatever that stuff is. The Hunter of Men, he's here. We found him. I believe in the full art there is like a person that he's stabbing too. Oh, there's Flight 13. There's him summoning a airplane. Minato's power set is so cool, dude. Hi, Lucia. Every time I hear BattleCon, my heart skips a beat. I love BattleCon. I love BattleCon also. But I also love Exceed. And I love you, dear viewer. Platonically. Not romantically. I'm already married. It's weird to be doing this, by the way. Like, when I used to do streams like this with Brad, and, you know, we did the podcast and stuff, I was, like, still in college. I'm not married. Now I'm married. Weird. Would there be any chance of an art book or lore book? Maybe. Maybe. This makes me want to fight, dude. That would be a cool fighting game thing. Like if every character's animations were like tied to the stage BPM. Like a music fighting game, that'd be cool. RPG core rules. You want a TTRPG? You know, I make TTRPGs of a lot of our games just for like private use. Seventh Cross one would be awesome. You would have to, like, one of you would have to turn into a monster and betray everybody else and kill them, right? Like that's how it works. Okay, everybody, 5 more minutes. I'm gonna give you 5 more minutes to ask more questions before I go. Otherwise, I'm gonna jam. Now I'm mad. I don't think anyone has done that. They should. If you've played Street Fighter 6, Jamie actually, I believe his taunt is specifically animated and coded so that when you do his taunt at the start of the round while his theme is playing, it matches, the animation matches the music. So that's cool. What is your dream IP to use for Exceed? What's... Dream IP, pie in the sky. Anything? Pokken. It's Pokemon. Pokemon would be awesome. Not that, Dragon Ball. Because the Exceed mechanics like just work for Dragon Ball really easily. It could just be an entire season where everybody can just put cards in their gauge so that you can throw your Kamehameha after like charging gauge like 5 turns in a row. You go like, you know, I'm not gonna let you destroy my world. Stuff like that. Dance animation looping would be so cool, dude. Dennis Disco is an awesome game. Any possibility of new BattleCon Wise or Sakura Arms? I believe we don't own Sakura Arms anymore. I think you need to ask maybe Japanime? I forget who has it now. BattleCon's done. Like, never say never. But when we released V4, we said it was, you know, the final BattleCon, and it's the final BattleCon. If you want the spiritual successor of BattleCon, play Wardens. Wardens is our new skirmish fighter game. that has a lot of the BattleCon characters in it and a lot of the design philosophies of BattleCon. Brad and I often joke that Wardens is just Exceed 2 / BattleCon 3 because Exceed is BattleCon 2. JoJo for Exceed would be awesome. JoJo for Exceed would be fun. All right. I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for joining me on this wonderful journey. I'm really glad that I put on GameFound soon instead of giving a specific time and date. Future-proofed. He's a genius. He's smart. So, thank you all so much for joining us on this wonderful, wonderful live stream celebrating the future launch of Exceed 7th Cross. I really appreciate all of you taking the time out of your days to watch, hang out, and talk a little bit about Exceed, the world of 7th Cross, as well as Level 99 games. We always appreciate you spending your time with us. Again, if you are part of this stream, please, we are on the XP Network, which is a cool website that gives you achievements for participating in events that we run. If you go on to the XP Network and go to our event, I'm gonna post the link here. If you go to that link down there, you will be able to go to the event and get a ticket. If you sign up for the ticket, you'll be able to get XP from the achievement. If you get XP, XP can be used to avail of various promos and stuff from our store. I believe there's 99 Heroes promos, there's some board games there. So, rack up that XP and make sure to join the XP Network. More events to come. But, outside of that, thank you all so much for coming. That's been me, your host, Marco DeSantos, also known as Mechanic Critic, and with me has been you, my dear viewer. Thank you all so much for being so kind and polite and wonderful. And I will see you next week. And remember, stay 7th Crossies. Remember to change cards. I need to find out the sign off for 7th Cross. If you can come up with that idea, and you're watching this video in the future, put it in the comments below. As always, happy gaming. Goodbye.